everyone. Welcome to the Con Man Sports Corner. I have with me my very special guest, Mr. JUSTIN Paden. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. Hey, March Madness, man. I'm excited, man. The NBA season's been crazy, man. But other than that, personal life is doing good, man. How about you, man? It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and I want to let the viewers know that when I did my very first show on Blackjack TV, I scrolled across Facebook and whatever, and I found you, and you accepted, and you came on my very first show. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but you came on and you did your damn thing. You whooped my, you know what? But now, hey, I have experience now. I'm ready to roll today. But I want to give you a honest thanks for helping me out. You did a couple of my shows when my computer went off, and you carried the show. And I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, my brother.
Hey, man, anytime, man. And thank you so much for having me on your show again, man. I'm blessed and just grateful and thankful that you asked me again to be on your show. And man, I'm excited, man. Just hopping on with you. We talk the talk and get
Oh
all
hell
the
yeah!
smoke too as well. So yeah, oh yeah, I'm excited,
You know how we do it. You know how we work.
man.
Hey, but prior to us going and doing delving into the 2022 NCAA tournament, I have to ask you a couple of questions. I know you're a lot younger than me. I'm old as dirt, but I want to know who was or who is your favorite double NCAA basketball player of all time.
Like you talking about like the women's or the men's side?
Man, we're gonna go men's right now.
Men's side, it's gonna surprise a lot of people when I tell you my favorite player of all time. It's not even like Kareem or Bill Walton or Michael Jordan or anybody that was great. My favorite one is Christian Laettner, just because he was when he was at Duke, man. I'm a Duke fan. That's why I'm a Duke fan. Christian Laettner was the truth, man. A guy that was just shoot. He could shoot that ball. I mean, he was like almost the first stretch four, in college and all that. He was a gamer. That team with Bobby Early and Grant Hill. Oh man, those were good memories. I love the 30 for 30 they did on Why I Hate Christian Laettner, because he was really hated back in the day. He was really hated, but he was a great college basketball player.
Whoa. Well, like I said, I'm bringing the smoke. So I'm gonna bring the smoke. You already know how we do it. Uh, Christian Laettner had probably one of the best collegiate careers of all time.
Yeah.
My question was, who was the best collegiate ball player you ever
Oh, who's
seen?
the best? Oh, who's the best? Oh, the best one is Kareem. Kareem, the UCLA, John Wooden, just the championships. Kareem was so dominant that they had to take like the no dunking rule out in the in terms of the rules. Kareem was just so good. You just watch his games. He was just unbelievable. Or Lou Alcindor, that's what they called him back in the day before he became Kareem. And then you had Bill Walton, that went to UCLA too. He was great. I wish he could have had like a healthy career in the NBA, but he was great in college. And I mean, Pete Maravich from LSU scoring 44 points, like just unbelievable, just an unbelievable player. And Pete Maravich.
All right, I got to bring the smoke because I'm the con man. I got to bring the smoke.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm ready.
I am. And you know me, I'm coming prepared this year. You all got me last year. I'm coming. I'm going to tell you the single most greatest player to ever play NCAA college basketball.
All right.
All right. And now I can back it up with facts. I can back it up whatever you want. I'm not an analytics type of person, but I know what I know. There is no one ever better than David Thompson.
David Thompson was a beast in college. He was a beast in college. I mean, just the ability, the vertical leap, and the ability to score that basketball. David Thompson. If any young guy that's out there right now listening to the show or watching this show, you don't know who David Thompson is, please look him up. David Thompson was unbelievable. Like he was like nobody could not guard him. Like nobody could not guard him, and he could jump so high. Like
Yes.
he could jump so high. And I did like a shooting guards draft of all time, and I said, I let me have David Thompson on my team, and everybody was like, "What?" Like they were like, "What? You get David Thompson?" I was like, "Yeah, David Thompson was a beast, man. He was a beast." And I don't have to back it up with facts. I said, all you gotta do is just go watch David Thompson play,
Just watch
and
the video.
you see why I got David Thompson. And some were like, "Man, that was a great choice." And I think one person went back at me and was just like, "Man, I can't lie. He was a great player." I was like, "Yeah, he was a great player."
And the thing about it, Justin, was the fact that he had one move. I don't know if you know this. He had one move. Fake left, go right, jump over everybody. That's it. That's it. One move. And his career would have been a lot greater if he didn't get into some things off the court, as we know.
Yeah.
And I got to see him play, Justin, 4 times at the Boston Garden.
Ooh.
I was memorized. I'm telling you, we got there like an hour and a half before the game. Him and a guy by the name of Anthony Roberts, who went to Oral Roberts College. I don't know if you know that. And they were on the court. Now there were nobody there, maybe about 10 of us. And him and David Thompson. Matter of fact, they broke the rim, and they had a contest where who could dunk the highest or the best without touching the rim. I was in awe. I tell people, they're like, I'm telling you, David Thompson, in my eyes, was the greatest collegiate basketball player of all time. Now, Alcindor, absolutely. But Alcindor had a great surrounding with him.
Yes,
David Thompson had a 5'4" point guard, Monty Top. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, again, I want to publicly thank you for all you've done for me. When I first started my show, I was nervous, didn't know what the hell I was doing. I want to thank you, and of course the boss, Bobby Garrenti, our boss, and I want to thank him for allowing me to do the show. And I definitely want everybody to know what a part you played in helping me out. And now I'm the con man. I talk more smack than anybody else, but it's because of you. And I want to make sure everybody knows you are the man. And all right, now you ready to roll?
Oh yeah, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do the damn thing, as I'm known for saying. All right, we're gonna go on the left side. We're gonna go Gonzaga, Georgia State.
It's gonna be Gonzaga. They're like a safe pick, in the first round, and the first weekend. Gonzaga's a great team. Drew Time is big time. Chet Holmgren too as well. Like that Gonzaga team, it's like every single year they're like so close to winning the title, and they just cannot. They just cannot get it. They just cannot get it. Could it be their year this year? But I'm gonna go with Gonzaga though.
All right, now do you think Hogan's one and done?
Depends. I mean, you have to really give him like a, you have to give him like a nice like reason why you want to stay in college. But I think he'll probably be one and done. It's like if you're really good and you got like a good lottery and you have a nice way to get into the lottery, I think that you're gonna be one and done, and you want to go to the NBA because that's what everybody wants to dream of. It's not like back in the day where like you had to stay 3 or 4 years just to get to the NBA. Now you can be one and done. So it's kind of sad because you're kind of missing that college experience or getting that education in college before hitting the NBA. But everybody's trying to make their money, trying to help their family. So at the end of the day, when you're one and done, I mean, you're pretty much done, and you focus on the next stop, which is the NBA or G League.
A great point, Justin. I think his body makeup is not ready for the NBA right now. He's too damn thin. Yep. And I think he's going to grow into being an NBA type caliber player.
Yep.
In my eyes, I don't think he should be a one and done. I think he needs to grow, get that experience, get that knowledge, because he's with a good program. I don't want to see him go to the NBA after one and done. That's my opinion. But anyway, we're gonna go now to Boise State and Memphis.
This was going to be a really good matchup. It depends on the tempo. It's going to be a tempo. It's going to be a strength on the rebounding too as well. The thing that's going to probably be interesting, I might get Boise State just because Memphis turned the ball over a lot, in the regular season. So I'm going to go Boise State on this one, but this one's going to be a clash of, tempo and rebounding.
Well, Justin, I'm with you again. We seem to have the right. Boise State, I think, has more experience. Memphis, as you know, they have a very, very young team. Their number one recruit left them. I think Boise State has the experience. I think they're going to be able to beat Memphis. So I'm going with Boise State. Now, I hear you. UConn and New Mexico State. Who you going with?
I'm going with UConn. I'm very impressed by that sophomore, Adama Sanogo. He's going to be like a double-double. He really broke out into his second season. And also, you got some really good players here, like a Tyrese Martin and RJ Cole that average between 13 to 16 points a game. So I'm going to go UConn for this one.
I'm with you again, man. See, we think alike. Hey, UConn, right? UConn. They're going through a lot of controversy from their previous coach. I don't know if you know who that is, Kevin Harlan. That's my guy. That's my boy. That's my and he just got 11 million, so he's doing all right. But anyway, he's getting paid, so he's doing his damn thing. Yes. Arkansas and Vermont.
This one is going to be interesting here. I do like Vermont. They rank first in terms of defensive rebounding percentage. But Arkansas got a deep roster with like scoring threats. JD Nolte, you also got Tony, and then you got Jalen Williams too as well. I'm gonna go Arkansas.
I'm with you on that as well. Okay, now we're gonna break it down a little bit more. This one is going to be a little shaky. I'm gonna tell you very quick. Alabama versus Rutgers and Notre Dame.
This one, Alabama, they're 19 and 13. They're like over 500 in the SEC, but they've been on a losing streak too as well. So this one is going to be interesting because Alabama's up and down. I'm going to go with the winner between Rutgers and Notre Dame. I would like to see Rutgers make it to the NCAA tournament because I really like Ron Harper Jr. I think that he's a dynamic playmaker. His dad was a great player. Like before he went to Chicago, if you look at him with the Clippers in Cleveland, he was crazy hops. Like he had potential and everything. But yeah, his son is really good, and he shows that he's not afraid of the big moments and goes after it and plays defense too, just like his dad. So I would love to see Rutgers going into it. That's going to be a good game. But yeah, I'm gonna get the winner between Rutgers and Notre Dame. What you got?
Hey, you know something? I'm gonna keep it real. I played at Framingham State. Kyle Hobbs, who used to play at UConn, you're too young for that. But anyway, he played at UConn. His brother Ron Hobbs played with me at Framingham State. Kyle Hobbs is the assistant coach at Rutgers. So I got to go with family. I'm going with Rutgers on that one. I'm going to roll with them. That's my people. That's my family. I'm rolling with them. Kyle Hobbs, shout out. Hope y'all win that game because you're going to lose the next one. But anyway.
Hold on, guys. So, Mike, if you pick Rutgers, you better pick Seton Hall.
Oh,
hey, boss. Hey, boss. You're the boss. But we ain't got
we gotta go Seton Hall.
We ain't got there yet, boss. We ain't got there yet.
I'm just saying, you're gonna pick Rutgers. You better pick Seton Hall.
Oh no! Hey, boss.
I just might. When we get
I might too. Not because of the boss. Seton Hall ain't no joke.
By the way, Ron Harper has a younger brother who's gonna be better than him in high school right now.
Oh, I don't even know that.
Last year as a freshman.
That's going to be scary.
Oh, I don't even know. Wow, that's something I don't even know. Thank you, boss. All right, we're going to go down to Texas Tech, Montana State.
I'm really happy that Montana ended the 25-year drought to get into the NCAA tournament, but the experience is going to be short-lived by Texas Tech. Texas Tech's defense is just unbelievable. So go Texas Tech.
I'm with you again. I mean, we're on the same page. All right, this one here might be a little shaky. Michigan State and Davidson.
This one's gonna be good because Foster Lawyer used to play for Michigan State. Now he plays for Davidson, and he's a dynamic scorer underneath Bob McKillicup, who's into like his 15th, 16th season. And Michigan State kind of been up and down, kind of shaky though. But I would
22
never
and
go.
12.
Yeah, they're kind of shaky, but like, I mean, you're never gonna go against Tom Izzo, especially when it's NCAA tournament time. I'm gonna go Michigan State.
I'm with you again. All right. This is kind of like a sentimental situation. We got Duke, Krzyzewski. He's been there for like 800 years. This might be it. This will be his last year. And you know something? I'm going to keep it real with you. Fam, I'm going to keep it real with you. When I think it was 1979, 1980, I went to the Boston Celtics camp. I got invited. And there was a guest speaker. His name was Krzyzewski when he was with Army. So that's how I go back with him. You don't know about that.
Wow.
He was under Bobby Knight, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, what I'm saying is the guy's had a tremendous career. I don't want to see it end this quick. That man is you can't say nothing about him. Olympics and the could have went to the NBA. His long-standing career at Duke. I'm gonna roll with Duke on this one.
I'm going Duke too as well. They got so much talent, from Paolo to Wendell Carter Jr. They got so much talent, and they got to definitely make a run for it, especially if it's Coach K's last year before going into retirement. But Duke is one of those teams that we expect them to win this game, but then they will surprise you and lose the game. Like they lost to North Carolina on Coach K's last night at Cameron Indoor Stadium. They got destroyed by Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament. So you don't really know which Duke you're going to get, but I'm going to roll with Duke because that's my team, and I just know that they can make a good run for it in the tournament.
I know something. I'm with you again. I think you've been looking at my notes for real. I really think you do. I think you've been. I don't know what you've been doing. I think you're looking. Anyway, Baylor, Norfolk State.
You said Baylor or Norfolk State?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the defending reigning champions, though. Baylor. It's kind of hard to be back-to-back champions. I'm going Baylor.
Yeah, that's enough said on that one. This one could be a little shaky because it's the 8 versus the 9. North Carolina versus Marquette. Tough one, boss. Tough one.
That is a tough one right here. And we've seen this in the past, though. Marquette does love to play on the tempo on offense. Man, this is going to be a tough one.
It's tough.
I will say I'm gonna go with the Tar Heels. I like Brady Manick. I like RJ Davis and Caleb Love hitting the 3-point shots. I also like Bacot dominating in the paint and on the glass. So I'm gonna go North Carolina.
I'm with you again. You know something? I am so impressed with your knowledge of all these players, man. You got skills, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna roll down to St. Mary's and the winner of Wyoming and Indiana.
I am going to go with Indiana. Shout out to Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson. Definitely a really good season, though. I'm gonna go Indiana. I've been impressed with Trace Jackson Davis. He's one of the best players in the country. He probably gonna earn All-American honors. And also Xavier Johnson making 14 of his last 28 3-point attempts too. So, and making a lot of free throws out of the attempts that he has. So I'm gonna go Indiana on this one.
Hey fam, here you go again. You killing me again. I'm not happy about this. But anyway, I'm with you on that one. Right. Damn, you're good. All right, now UCLA and Akron.
UCLA is going to be one of the best teams. They could possibly make it to the Final Four just the way the roster is and everything. So I'm going to go UCLA on this one. What you got?
I got UCLA. Hey, everybody coming back. They got the whole team back?
They got the whole team back.
Okay, and they
And
got the
they
experience. Watch out.
Yep, watch out. Yep.
All right, now we got number 6 seed against the 11th seed, Texas versus Virginia Tech.
This one I've been kind of just debating about, Texas and Virginia Tech. I'm gonna go Virginia Tech on this one. I feel like Virginia
Ooh,
Tech.
okay.
I feel Virginia Tech is going to probably make a good game out of against Texas. I just don't really trust Texas yet. I really just don't. Really don't.
Well, I'll tell you something, Mike. Justin, watching the show this morning, a lot of people are going with you on that one. I'm going to take Texas for. I'm gonna roll with them, but I hear what you're saying. A lot of the prognosticators are going with you and taking Virginia Tech. Oh, yeah. Okay, now here's my sleeper. I don't know what you think. The number 3 seed Purdue versus Yale.
Yeah, Yale's not a great 3-point shooting team. I like Purdue in this one. Jalen Ivey is one of the best players in the country. I love Jalen Ivey's game. I'm going Purdue.
All right. Now we're going to go to the 7th seed, Murray State versus the 10th seed, San Francisco.
This one is going to be interesting. Murray State, that small school, coming up, after the John Morant era now. And then you got a pretty good backcourt over there with Murray State. This one is going to be tough here. I might go San Francisco just because San Francisco, Khalil Sabas, top 20 defensive player. They got a pretty good backcourt. So I'm going San Francisco on this one. What you got?
Well, fam, I'm going with Murray State.
No. Oh, no. Hey, we disagreed on the first one. Oh,
first one. Hey, I think it's going to be a lot more, I think. But anyway, you know how the con man does. We got the 2nd seed, Kentucky versus St. Peter's.
Kentucky. What you got?
Kentucky. All right, now let's go back up to the regionals. Yes. Gonzaga versus Boise State. Who you wrong with then?
Man, Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga's probably going to make it to the Final Four.
I think yeah, on point. Now here it becomes difficult. UConn versus Arkansas.
This one's going to be extremely difficult.
This one I don't move.
I don't know. Anything can go on this one right here. I still like UConn. But it's gonna be a back and forth game right here. I think so.
I know something, fam. I think you're right. I'm gonna take the step and go with UConn. I think their coaching is pretty well evident. I think UConn has a great defensive plan in place. I think they're going to be able to pull so I'm going with UConn. Yeah. Okay, now we go with Alabama and Texas Tech.
I didn't have Alabama making it past Rutgers and Notre Dame. So it'll be what was Notre Dame, and then what was the other one? What was the other team?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go Texas Tech. I like their defense. Their defense is really, really legit. I'm gonna go Texas Tech.
That's where I picked myself. Now we gotta go here. Now, fam, this is Duke, Michigan State. Whoa. Talk to me now, fam. Talk to me now. Tom
Izzo versus Coach K. I like Duke. I think Duke's a little bit of a better team than Michigan State. I just hope that they can find hopefully they can find their consistency, and hopefully they could if Duke really shows up in this tournament, I think they'd be hard to beat. But if they don't show up in these tournaments, they can easily get beat. I think Duke is a little bit better than Michigan State, so I'm gonna go with Duke.
I'm with you on that one. Here we got another one. Man, it's tough. Baylor versus University of North Carolina. Yo way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baylor with the experience that they have. I think North Carolina probably gonna lose in the second round. I'm gonna go Baylor.
I got them as well. UCLA and St. Mary's.
UCLA.
I got you there. Ooh, this is a tough one. Texas, Purdue.
I,
Tough, man.
yeah, I know, right? Well, I didn't have Texas going far.
I know you did. You had
I had
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. I had Virginia Tech. Purdue. I'm gonna
I'm
go
with you
Purdue.
there.
I like Jalen Ivey. I really do. I like Jalen Ivey.
Yeah, yes, I hear you. Okay, you took San Francisco. I took Murray State. Murray State versus Kentucky.
Kentucky.
San Francisco.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
That's an automatic right there. But I will say this: anything can happen, though. Anything can happen. Like I said, Kentucky could be like Duke. Sometimes, like even though with all the recruiting and all the talent that they have, sometimes Kentucky could probably not show up and not play really well. But if they really could, if they can really show up, they'd be hard to beat. But I'm rolling with Kentucky though. But they could be like Duke. They could flip flop. Just depends.
All right, fam. I gotta ask you a question. Now Kentucky, as you know, Calipari has been the king of the one and done, but he flipped the script. He's got all older players, guys who transferred over through the portal. What do you take? What your opinion is that on Calipari flipping the script? He went with the one and dones. Now he's getting players from the portal. What do you think about that?
With Calipari doing that, I just think that he really just trying to keep Kentucky consistent as like a really powerhouse and everything. Because you got a lot of expectations every single year when you're like a college coach. We recognize that Calipari is one of the best college coaches in the country and everything. And yeah, he is the master of the one and dones. If you're getting all these players from the transfer portal, like he has that ability to make them like say that you come out as like an average player in high school and then you got a chance to play for Kentucky. He will make you from an average player to a really good player just by his coaching and his philosophy. And because the reason he's going through those portals, he believes in that play. He believes in those players and he can make them work. He can definitely make them work. You look at all the guys that have been one and dones, in the past, like just unbelievable, like the unbelievable players, and they're doing really good in the NBA right now.
You are correct. And also the fact that he gets these older players from the portal can give the experience to the younger players as well.
Exactly.
So I hear you. I'm with you on that. All right, we're going to break it down again. We got Gonzaga and UConn.
Gonzaga.
Ooh, that was quick.
Gonzaga is going to be they're going to be a legit threat in the Final Four. So I'm going to go Gonzaga.
Okay. We got, I don't know who you got. I got Texas Tech versus Duke. Who you wrong with? Tough, huh?
Yeah, that is tough.
This is better than last year. Oh, the year we had
Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech. Their defense is really legit. I'm gonna go Duke. I just think they're a little bit better. I'm gonna go Duke on this one. Like I said, if they can really show up, they could be a problem. I like Texas Tech. I like them, but I have to go Duke. I feel like that message of Coach K could get across those players, and they're going to do everything they could to win for Coach K, especially in that last year and all.
I got to roll with you. I'm with you. 100%. Now, let's see what you got with this one. This is a tough one. Baylor, UCLA. Talk to me, fam. Talk to me, fam.
I'm gonna go UCLA. I feel like I love Baylor, but I feel like UCLA, that experience that they have, and also all them players coming back, I feel like UCLA they could potentially get into the Final Four.
Fam, I picked Baylor, but hearing you, I have to agree because they've been there. They got everybody back. Experience does count. Yeah, I took Baylor, so I got to roll with them. But I'm thinking UCLA will probably win that one. I'm sorry, you got me again. All right, so what? All right. We got Purdue, and I picked Murray State.
Yeah, Purdue. I'm gonna go Purdue.
All right, now we're gonna go down. Here we go. Gonzaga, Duke. Have a good time, fam, on that one.
Goodbye, Coach K. I'm gonna go Gonzaga.
I did as well. Baylor, Purdue.
Baylor. For you, I would go Baylor. I like Purdue, but I think Baylor. I think Baylor, with the experience that they have, I think they're a little bit better.
Well, I'm glad because I got to give you the smoke. I went with Purdue, so I got that. So, you know, when we talk again, when you come on my show again, I'm gonna hit you up with that.
I mean, I can't lie. Hey, I mean, like I said, you know, hey, I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Just let me know. So,
it's coming. It's coming. Now on the other side, let's roll with Arizona, Wright State, or Bryant. Bryant's down my way. Bryant's out here in Rhode Island, which is way far from you. But anyway, Arizona versus Wright State or Bryant.
Arizona got a better roster. I know that point guard Cook, I can't pronounce his last name, but you know, suffered a serious injury in that Pac-12 tournament. But the Wildcats still did really well. So and they got the talent to coast to a first round win, regardless of the point guard status. So I'm gonna go Arizona.
And Arizona went 31-3, so I think they're very in a very good position. Now, you and I got threatened by our boss, or my boss, about Seton Hall. So I guess we're gonna come. But anyway, Seton Hall versus TCU. I picked. Let's let the boss know. I picked Seton Hall.
I like Seton Hall too, just because TCU is a turnover machine type of team. And this is like the game of like who can take care of the ball more. So I'm gonna go Seton Hall here because like I said, TCU is a turnover machine. So
they have similar records. Seton Hall's 21-10. TCU is 20-12. I think it's kind of a close call, but I'm going with Seton Hall, despite the boss threatening me. You know what I mean? We got the number 5 seed versus UAB. Houston versus UAB.
Houston. I'm gonna go Houston here. Yeah, UAB is really talented, and they got transfers with experience that coming from these different divisions. But Houston, definitely is looking good, coming off that 18-point win in the AAC tournament championship against a Memphis team. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go Houston, even though they lost like a couple key rotation players to season injuries months ago. I'm gonna go Houston.
I got you. I'm right with you. Illinois. Chattanooga.
I hate Chattanooga. I really hate Chattanooga with a passion because I'm a former Powerlander, and then when they hit us with that buzzer beater in that SoCon tournament, that broke my heart. But I'm not going to be biased here because I'm not going to be biased because of how much I hate Chattanooga. I like Illinois is going to win. Cockburn is one of the best players, one of the most dominant players in the entire field. He's going to be the best player. I think Illinois is going to win this game.
Well, it's a 4 seed versus a 13, so I'm gonna go with you. Illinois, I think definitely will win. Now, here might come the smoke right quick. Here we go. Colorado State and Michigan.
Well, Juwan Howard is not going to be in those tournaments now just because of putting his hands on the other coach and all that, though. But that's a thing for another day. The thing I like about Michigan, they're really successful in limiting 3-point attempts. At Colorado State, is really relying on their 3-point shots and all that as they shoot 35.7% from deep. But I think Michigan is going to take the victory. Hunter Dickinson, offensively, is going to pound the ball in, and you also got David Rhodey, too, as well. And they also Bate. The one thing I like about Michigan, they could play small ball or they could play the big ball. So I'm gonna go Michigan here.
You know something, fam? Michigan is the only team in the NCAA tournament that has 14 losses.
Yeah, they've been kind of up and down. Yeah.
Yeah. I chose Michigan. They have an interesting situation there.
They really do. They really do.
I'm gonna leave that there for another day, like you said. So we're gonna go to Tennessee and a team we played in college. My days, Longwood. Who you on with them?
Tennessee definitely is feeling, that, fresh off that SEC tournament title too as well. So, and having victories over Auburn, Kentucky, Arkansas. So I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Okay. Now this is kind of close to home because one of our local players played there. Ohio State versus Loyola of Chicago.
This one, I mean, I can see why some people want to go with Loyola Chicago as an upset because they can upset teams and everything. They got a new head coach in Drew Valentine, and then Cameron Cootwing is not there, but I can see why people want to choose them. But EJ Liddell is going to be the best player on the floor. He is unbelievable. I'm gonna go. This is gonna be tough. It is tough. I'm gonna go Ohio State, but this one is gonna be a close score. I feel like EJ is gonna, at the end, EJ is gonna prevail.
I think Liddell is a bad boy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Villanova versus Delaware.
Shout out to Jamil Nelson Jr. I really like his dad. When you play with the Orlando Magic, he was But Jamil Nelson Jr. he could score that basketball. You also have Dylan Payton too as well, who came from Villanova. So it's kind of like that same scenario with Michigan State and Davidson, where one of the players go to the other team and everything. They face each other in the tournament. So they're dynamic scores in their own right, but I'm gonna go Villanova because Colin Gillespie. What else could you say about him? He is a monster.
Something, fam? You probably didn't see the game, but as you know, I'm out here in Massachusetts. Yo, he destroyed Providence. He took it. Oh, he acted a fool.
He is crazy good. He is crazy good. He is. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna go next. Kansas versus Texas Southern, Texas A&M CC.
Kansas. I don't have anything else to say.
Me neither. Let's wrap that real quick. Now, San Diego State versus Creighton.
This one, I'm gonna go. Both of them got really good defenses. And I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go San Diego State. I got a little bit more trust on San Diego State. This is gonna be the game where people got to take care of the ball because both defenses are really good.
I'm bringing the smoke. I took Creighton because they smashed Providence in the Big East tournament in the finals. So I'm going to roll with Creighton on that.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you.
It's going to be all right. Iowa, Richmond.
I am going to say Iowa, coming off that Big Ten tournament title, and they're playing the best basketball of the season, winning the last 12 of the last 14 games. Keenan Murray, 32 points on 8 out of 10 on the semi against Indiana. He's going to be an All-American. He is definitely the engine behind the Hawkeyes' number 2 ranked offense. So I am going with Iowa.
And they're the 5th seed as well. We got Providence versus South Dakota State.
Woo! I don't really trust Providence. I'm going to go South Dakota State.
Hold up. The smoke's coming. The smoke is coming now.
I don't trust Providence.
I know South Dakota State has the greatest, the best 3-point field goal percentage. I know you're going to hit me with that.
I was going to say, yeah, South Dakota State.
I know you were. That scares me.
Yes.
Who shoots like that? Nobody.
No, nobody. They Splash Brothers, Splash Team 2.0.
Yes, yes. But I'm gonna roll with my hometown people. I'm gonna roll with Providence.
I feel you, man. I feel you on that.
Hey, the coach is my dog, Cooley. That's my guy. I'm gonna roll with Providence on that one. I might get beat on that one, but LSU and Iowa State.
This one's interesting because LSU just fired the head coach on this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's a very unique situation to fire your head coach. So then whoever's taking over for LSU. Yeah, this one, because they were kind of like one a favorite too as well.
Yes.
The LSU is very bad of taking care of the ball. You could just look at the turnover rates, the 3-point shooting. I mean, but I'm gonna go LSU just because Iowa State, they're not great when it comes to the turnover ratio and also the 3-point shot. LSU is just a little bit better, but I could see why Iowa State could win it just because they lost their coach out of nowhere before the tournament.
Which makes no sense. You don't want to do that.
Makes no sense whatsoever. So,
but I'm with Jack. I got LSU. Now here's the team. For some reason, fam, they always cause problems. Wisconsin, Colgate.
I can see why people probably want to go with Colgate as an upset, though. Johnny Davis is probably the best player and probably one of the best college players in the world. He did suffer that injury in that second half against in the second half. This one's going to be a tough one, man. This is going to be tough. Colgate is ranked second nationally in 3-point percentage at 40.1%. Shoots nearly 53% inside the arc,
which is crazy.
So, my gut wants to go with Wisconsin, but my heart's telling me that this might be an upset, that this might be a brackle. I'm going to probably go Colgate on this one.
I hear you, fam. You made great points. I'm going Wisconsin because I know how they always hurt me. I'm going with Wisconsin. USC, Miami, Florida.
Oh, man. I'm going to go Southern California on this one. What you got?
I'm with you again. Auburn, Jacksonville State.
Auburn. Jabari Smith is, oh, God, he's so good.
All right, now we got problems coming up right quick. Boss may fire me right after this one. But anyway, it is what it is. Arizona, Seton Hall.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I'm going Arizona.
Hey, boss, love you, man. Thank you for everything, but Seton Hall.
They get that one win. We'll give them that one win. But
this may be my last show, so I'm sorry, but I gotta go. I gotta go with Arizona. Sorry, boss. Houston, Illinois.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Illinois.
Man, we thinking like, okay, I'm with you. Here we go. Michigan, Tennessee. You go ahead, fam. You handle it. I'm backing up on this one.
This is a tough game. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna go Tennessee. I trust Tennessee a little bit better. I just think Michigan is not going to go that far.
I'm going with the philosophy that Michigan, because all they've been doing the last 5 games because of the coach situation, I think they're going to pull together. I think they're going to get by Tennessee. That's my thoughts. I think they have a lot to prove. I think that Michigan has the offensive skills to overcome Tennessee. So I'm on with Michigan.
Yeah,
here we go again.
I'm gonna change it actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go Michigan.
Oh, now you're gonna roll with me.
I'm gonna go with Michigan because you just said they could probably pull together. I remember when was it when the whole thing with the airplane situation happened, and they just played great basketball after that happened. So yeah, I'm gonna go Michigan. So
I think you made the right move, fam.
Thank
All
you.
right, now here, this one is gonna be hard. I'm gonna fall back and let my partner in crime handle this one. Ohio State, Villanova. Handle your business.
I'm going Villanova. I'm going Villanova. Colin Gillespie, like I said, just unbelievable. Him versus EJ Liddell is going to be good. But I'm going Villanova. I just trust more with Villanova than I do with Ohio State.
And the fact Villanova is the 2nd seed, Ohio State is the number 7 seed. I took Villanova as well. Kansas, and here might be a shocker. Creighton, who are you wrong with?
Kansas.
Ooh, that quick.
I'm gonna go Kansas. I think Kansas. I think Kansas is probably gonna get it.
I'm with you on that. I'm just trying to, be devil's advocate. Talk my smack.
trying to trick my mind. Okay, I hear you.
I'm trying. It ain't working though. Iowa and Providence. I picked Providence.
Yeah, Iowa. I'm gonna go Iowa on this one. Like I said, Murray.
Tough.
The engine, tough, man. He's a tough player. And their offense is unbelievable. I'm gonna go Iowa.
Well, I did pick Iowa. Just to let you know. LSU, Wisconsin.
Well, in your situation there with LSU versus Wisconsin, you would probably go with Wisconsin on that one. I think I chose Colgate, so it'd be Colgate versus what was that other team? I just lost it.
LSU.
LSU, yeah, thank you. LSU. LSU will probably win that one. But in your case, I'll go Wisconsin.
You chose correctly, my friend. Okay, and now we're gonna break it down again. This is great, man. I'm so happy to have you on the show because we're doing a damn thing. Here we go. Arizona, Illinois.
I'm gonna go Arizona. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna go Arizona. I think they're a little bit better, but Cockburn, like I said, I like him. I think Arizona is a better team. That's just the roster is pretty good, really good.
I hear you. On this one, I think you chose differently. Michigan, Villanova. I think I know who you're going with. I think I already know.
I'm gonna go Villanova.
I took them as well. Kansas. Now, hey, I'm gonna stump you right now. You may stop stuttering. Kansas, Iowa.
Iowa. Iowa. I'm gonna go Iowa.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Iowa.
Do you realize Kansas is the number 1 seed?
I realize Kansas is number 1 seed, and then they could potentially get further into it. But I feel like Iowa got something.
You know something? I can't put nothing past you because you got me last time, so I ain't going. I am not.
I know Kansas is number 1 seed, but I think Iowa got something up their sleeve.
Well, we got face. I hear you. I'm not sure what team you chose, but I got Wisconsin versus Auburn.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, like I said, Johnny Davis. We don't really know the extent of his injury. I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go Auburn. I'm gonna say Auburn. Shout out to Charles Barkley.
Yes, sir. Hey, hell, absolutely correct. All right, we're gonna break it down right quick. Arizona, Auburn. Who you wrong with?
Arizona.
That was quick, fam. That was quick.
I trust Arizona. I really trust Arizona.
All right, so to break it down, I imagine you have Gonzaga going to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have Purdue?
Purdue going to the Final Four. Do I really want Purdue to go to the Final Four? Do they have the potential to go to the Final Four? Because they did beat teams. You know what? I'll go. I'm Purdue. Purdue do got a case. So I'll go Purdue because they did beat some like really good teams this year.
And quite as kept on all the damn TV shows, they been all over the place. So my Final Four, fam, is Gonzaga, Purdue, Arizona, Auburn. Who you roll with?
My Final Four. Oh man, I'm about to look at my list just to make sure that I had it correct because I got. So I got. Let me see here. Let me pull up that list just so that I can give you this here. I am going to go with Gonzaga. I
Okay.
think that I think Gonzaga's gonna make it. I'm going to go Arizona,
Okay.
and then I am going to go with. I have to like look at my. I have to look at it just to make sure that like I'm not like tripping and everything with it. So I did get Arizona. I got what was that other team? Gonzaga. Um, mm, this one I am going to go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go Auburn. I feel like Auburn probably gonna get to the Final Four.
Oh, you know how to roll with the con, man. You already know.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on that. I got you on that. And then UCLA.
You know, we agree on everything, and you know I might have to change up because UCLA has everybody back. They got the experience. I chose Purdue. I think UCLA because of the experience, because of the coaching. I went with Purdue. I'm gonna roll with it. I don't know. You may come at me again. You may come at me again. All right. Okay. So who you got in the final?
All right, so we got Gonzaga. So I'm gonna go Gonzaga. And then for the West, so it'd be between UCLA and see UCLA. Let me see who was my Final Four and Auburn. I'm gonna go UCLA in the championship. I'm gonna go UCLA versus Gonzaga, and I think Gonzaga's gonna take it this year. I was wrong last year because they made it all the way and they lost. So I'm gonna go Gonzaga.
Now let me hit you with a. You already know Gonzaga lost a few players that are in the NBA right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and they have a young freshman who's about 7 foot, 108 pounds. I think in tournament time, I don't know how effective he's going to be. That my guess, and I think the more experienced teams are going to have the advantage.
I mean, I can see that point though. I can see that point. I just think it's Gonzaga's like year to. I think this is their year. I think they'll probably, like I said, like they did get beat like a couple times during the season, but I think that they're gonna make a really incredible run, in the tournament and to win that championship. In my opinion, like I said, I just can't see Gonzaga, getting beat. You know, not getting beat in this tournament. I have to work with Gonzaga.
I kind of agree with you. I mean, they finished their season 26-3. They do have their experience as well. They got some experienced players on their team as well. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm kind of leaning toward Arizona. I'm rolling with Arizona. I think 31-3. They finished their regular season. I think they're on a hot streak. I think with their defense and their offensive capabilities, I think Arizona is going to end up pulling this out. Normally, now beginning of the year, fam, I had Gonzaga all the way for real, but leaning toward Arizona. You gonna bring the smoke on me now?
No, I'm gonna bring smoke on you. Now, I wouldn't be mad if Arizona wins it. I really would not be mad if they win it and stuff. But like I said, I just think it's Gonzaga's year. I just think it's their year. I mean, that heartbreak last year. I know they want to get back to it again, even though you lost some key guys though, but you still got a good core of like the people that will end, the championship last year, Drew Tom and Chet Holmgren. So I think that they are hungry for that championship. Like I said, I just don't think I don't think nobody ain't gonna stop Gonzaga. I just really just don't see. I just don't see it.
Hey, I learned not to go against you, but hey, I'm bringing the smoke today. You know what I'm saying?
I actually kind of made a mistake because I was looking at the bracket because UCLA is in that.
It's on the other side. I didn't want to tell you that.
Yeah.
I was going to hit you up with
that. Now, there we go. So basically, you're gonna see Arizona and Gonzaga in the championship. So, but my money's still going to be with Gonzaga. So, thank you.
You're gonna have to come back on the show. And we're gonna handle that business. But we're gonna bring the smoke. But I have to ask you one question. We got about 4 or 5 minutes. I was on the show last night. I need your opinion on this one. And there was discussion about the Lakers. I need your feedback on this.
Mm-hmm.
The individuals who were doing the show were like blaming everything on Jeannie Buss. And I came back with them. Now, I know you're going to keep it real, so if I'm wrong, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, Jeannie Buss is the owner, which she is, and she makes all the decisions, and she's the one. And I went back to him. I said, look, Jeannie Buss is the owner. She writes the checks. I said, look, why do you think they hired, first of all, her brother? Then they had Mitch Kupchak. Then they hired Magic Johnson. What were their roles?
They got experience. Magic Johnson, Mitch Kupchak, they got experience with basketball. The basketball
they did
mind.
Basketball operations. I was like, she handles business operations.
Yep.
They're like, no, you're crazy. I'm letting y'all know she handles the business aspects of it. Why do you think she's talking to Phil Jackson now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, on the business side. But anyway, I just want to get your feedback on what's your take on that.
I blame percentage on Rob Pelinka because Rob Pelinka.
Bingo!
I just never thought that he was a good GM for the Lakers and all that, especially when they hired and all that. But he's more like a pleaser to LeBron because you gotta think about it. LeBron makes those decisions too as well. Like they go through LeBron to ask, hey, is this player going to be good? Because LeBron made the roster, kind of structured the roster too, so he's going to get blamed for the roster that he created and everything. Now, I did say earlier in the season that they're going to win a championship because they finally got their woes in terms of, the shooting, but then they're not shooting really well. Westbrook, I knew there was going to be chemistry issues, but I didn't know Westbrook was going to be this bad. Whoa. And then they cannot play a lick of defense. It's like a win could score like 100 points, and the Lakers cannot defend nobody whatsoever. Now they don't have a lot of young guys. They got like Austin Reeves and Stanley Johnson and Malik Monk, but not really. It's mostly like all the veterans and all the experienced players, like if it was 2008, I could see why they could be the favorites, but they're just not doing good. So the management do get the blame. I also will blame LeBron for it. Frank Vogel gets some of it too, but I wouldn't put him as a scapegoat because he is doing everything he could, but he's like I said, he's never going to be the answer as the Lakers coach and all that. He's a defensive minded coach, but it's hard when you don't have anybody that can play a lick of defense whatsoever. So
Nah, something everything you said is absolutely correct, and the fact that they could have gotten DeRozan.
See, somebody said something earlier on Facebook. They said, well, it's management's fault because LeBron said that he wanted DeMar DeRozan. No, he did not say he wanted DeMar DeRozan.
No, he did not. No.
LeBron and AD were sold on bringing Russell Westbrook to the Lakers. They were sold. But you could have had DeMar DeRozan. You could have had a Buddy Hield. You could have had some guys, but you decided to go with Russell Westbrook. And
Yes.
I just knew that that chemistry is going to be off, though. But like I said, I didn't expect Russell Westbrook to be this bad, just because you would think Russell Westbrook would be the person that could sacrifice his game so that he could, benefit AD and LeBron. But he's not, because he's Russell Westbrook. He is not going to sacrifice his game. He thinks he ain't going to sacrifice his game at the end. So now they're in this predicament. Now, granted, they cannot stay healthy either, because AD is just, he gets hurt like almost every single game, so he cannot stay healthy whatsoever. And LeBron's doing everything he could, but it's not enough, because I mean, you don't really have much of a team around him. Now, I do like Austin Reeves. I do like him because he plays hard. I appreciate he plays hard. But the Lakers ain't really going anywhere. The best thing they can do is get in the play-in. They could possibly get in the playoffs, but then they're going to get bounced out in the first round.
Bam, you are absolutely correct. And the fact is, with the Lakers, individuals like Magic wanted Tyronn Lue to be the coach. And the Lakers, not the Lakers, Palenka said, okay, we'll give you him, but we're going to pick and choose his assistant coaches. And that's why he said, no. How you going to do that? That's number one. Number two, Palenka is the reason why Magic left. If you notice, Magic is so close with Jeannie Buss. And I try to tell people that he loves her. Mention Palenka to him. Watch what happens. So he is not the whole reason. The Lakers are old. They don't play no damn defense. They're lackadaisical on defense. I watch them. I am so upset. Even LeBron don't go back on defense. He worried about getting a scoring title. We all know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to give him props. And people on other shows, well, maybe shut it down. Do you actually think LeBron's going to shut it down? No, ain't happening.
No.
His DNA is not there, and he wants that scoring title. He ain't going nowhere.
No. I don't think he has to slow it down. Now, if it's something to the case that like the Lakers ain't going to make the playoffs, then I would definitely shut it down, though. But
Yeah.
if they're the ninth seed, I'm still afraid, because the Pelicans got a lot better, especially with
Oh,
CJ
yes.
McCullough.
Yes.
CJ McCullough went
Oh,
there, and then
yes.
Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram, and then Zion's supposed to be coming back. We don't really know when or how healthy he's going to be. Portland's still no joke either, though.
No.
Simons, Josh Hart, like
Yeah.
they got a pretty young team that I like over there with Portland. So I can't really find. Now the Lakers is the better team a little bit, but like I said, if they get out of that play-in and all that, then I mean, you got to shut it down. But if they got a chance to play at the play-in, I don't think they would shut it down at all. I think that they got to get AD to come back healthy, and then they got to play defense. They got to be consistent. Now you can see there's some games where the Lakers be up, then like the second half they get turned off. They be committing turnovers, and then they just don't look great out there.
You're absolutely correct. Their downfall is basically the third quarter, as LeBron said. But check this out. Well, Mr. Westbrook, whatever you want to call him, he's due $47 million next year. What the hell they gonna do with him? And nobody gonna want him, but it goes against their salary cap, so they can't get anybody to come there because of that salary cap. What do you do if you're Lakers management?
I mean, we heard that Russell Westbrook wants to be traded after the season and all that. Yeah, and we hear that. And I just don't think LA is just a good place for him at that moment. Just because of what's been going on with him getting death threats, towards his family and everything,
Yeah,
because of his play and all that. So the Lakers management would have to do something about it. Now, what team could potentially get Russell Westbrook? It just really just depends on what players that you have to give up. I've been seeing somebody saying, "Oh, we could bring Westbrook to the Boston Celtics, and we got to give up Marcus Smart and Al Horford, and a couple picks just to get Russell Westbrook." I said, "No, we don't want Russell Westbrook at all. No. We got something really good over here." So I mean, what team? I mean, you know, there's some teams that out there that we could get some service from Russell Westbrook, but they have to when you look at those teams and stuff, it would have to benefit Russell Westbrook so that he'd be able to not sacrifice his game and just let him just be Russell Westbrook. Because if you ask him just to, hey, you got to sacrifice, or you got to come off the bench, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it.
Pam, I got 2 questions for you before we have to go. My number 1 question is, you're the Houston Rockets. Okay, you got a guy by the name of John Wall. Other than that, you're paying over $40 million a year to just sit and watch. What is your feelings on that?
I mean, it's kind of, you know, sad. I mean, it's kind of sad to see, but you know, you're trying to find like a team that could get a John Wall type of service and all that. You know, could the Lakers could we see Russell Westbrook go back to the Houston Rockets and then they can get a John Wall, you know, after the season, you know, in terms of a trade? We don't really know. I would like to saw Boston, because you know, Boston Celtics, you know, we was missing a facilitator. And we was talking in Twitter Spaces that we could possibly see John Wall in the Boston Celtics uniform if we give him if we would have gave him some, you know, the picks that they need, you know, to get, you know, John Wall to the Boston Celtics. But you know, they went with Derek White, which was the right choice because he is a facilitator, and they've been really hot as of late. So except for that loss to the Mavericks the other day, but that's okay though. But you know, it is what it is, though. So, I mean, it's kind of sad just to see John Wall just sitting and watching, though. But I know they're trying hard to find a team that, you know, that they would like, that could give them like some really good benefits of picks or players too as well. That Houston Rockets team is very young, you know, with Jalen Green and Christian Wood.
Yes.
And they're you know, Kenyon Martin. Yes. What's the person's name? Kevin Porter Jr. And I mean, they got a young squad that I like. You know, they're really scrappy too, and they get after it. So, so you would like to see some other young guys, some young pieces that could, you know, help them with Houston. But you got to do something with Wall first. We don't really know, you know, what team he could possibly be on that could help benefit, you know, John Wall. But I mean, if you could get any team, you know, to get a John Wall and he can facilitate, you know, the ball and everything and score and play defense like he does, I mean, that's good for you. That's really good for you.
Hey, fam, I don't know if you know this. That deal was a done deal. Westbrook back to Houston, Wall back to the Lakers. You know what hindered that transaction? The Houston Rockets wanted the Lakers, check this out, 2027 pick. And Lakers said, no, we ain't doing it. Now,
and yeah, that kind of rubbed people the wrong way about that, you know. I remember, okay, I just remember that, yeah, that they declined the trade. And I mean, that kind of rubbed LeBron and them the wrong way, and they knew it was Pelinka, so they were like, now you hear LeBron saying, well, I there's a potential of me going back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, I want to play with my son. You know, he's gonna make some power moves and everything for just to go play with his son. So yeah, I forgot all about that. But yeah, it's man, you know, if they could have pulled something out, man, they could have been a much better team with John Wall and then get Russell Westbrook over there to Houston. But I understand why they probably didn't want Westbrook. I understand why. I mean, well, I understand why they want to keep Westbrook, but I
hear you, fam. I'm right with you, man. I got myself stuttering as well. I got one more question to ask. We went over time limit, and Bobby B's been so great, and I'm so honored to have you on the show. You was on my very first show, and thank you so much. You are the man. You are y'all that. But I gotta hit you with this one more thing, and then I'm the man. I say, yo, Justin, why don't you come hang out with me? Why don't you hang out with me? What I mean is Kyrie Irving getting Harden and Durant to come with him. But yet he will not take the vaccination and the fact that they went there because of him. The reason why Howden left was because of him. So, and now you see how great a player. Well, we all knew. What do you think the impact will be on the Nets? Because they may be the 8th or 9th seed or whatever. What impact do you think that's going to mean on their playoff chances?
I think that and Harden went to Philly, because Kyrie, but also they wasn't gonna go through the offense through him and stuff. But Steve Nash and Kevin Durant wanted a free flowing offense, and Harden wanted the ISO type of offense, and
Correct.
it was like no or anything. So they got rid of Harden, and it kind of made happy for the Nets players because it was just kind of just dragging, and it was just so much at the end of the day. With if they make the play in and then they make the playoffs, they have a pretty good advantage though, with Kyrie, because if you think about it, in the first round they go against a 1 or 2 seed, they ain't gonna have they're probably gonna have 3 games they play at home, and then they have 4 games they play away. So it gives them a good chance to make it further in the playoffs and everything. I just think that they're playing a lot of catch up. They have to. KD got to stay healthy. I love the addition of Seth Curry and Andre Drummond.
Yes.
Andre Drummond is going to bring the defense, and it's also bringing the size too as well, because they've been lacking size, they've been lacking defense. Seth Curry is another, was what Joe Harris was supposed to be, but he's a better player than Joe Harris in my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
I just think that they just got to stay healthy, and then they got to play a lot of catch up. They got to recreate the chemistry, and then you also got Ben Simmons. He got to get on the floor. He got to stay healthy. He's gonna bring a lot of problems on the defensive side of the end. He could play make and let Kyrie and KD do their thing. He don't really have to score the ball that much, so he's in a really good situation if Ben can just get out there on the court. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of. They got to catch up on the chemistry. They got to, definitely. They gotta win out. If they can, stay in that play-in, they'd be really scary, especially with Kyrie and KD, because they could score that basketball anytime they want to. So they're really scary in terms of that. And then Seth Curry is doing his thing too as well. He's having a really good season. I just think that the thing that's holding back the Nets is Steve Nash. I just think that Steve Nash is. I just think Steve Nash, as great of a player that he was, I just don't think he is the exceptional coach for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I did have a talk with Seven Mitchell. Shout out to him, because he asked me what coach would benefit the Brooklyn Nets, and he brought Mark Jackson's name up.
Absolutely.
And I said Mark Jackson could. They don't really need an identity, but I think Mark Jackson can really motivate this team.
Absolutely.
And also he can handle the New York media, because he's a New Yorker at the end.
And guess what? You will not see Mark Jackson coaching the NBA team, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we won't.
I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. Because it's religion. That's why. The Nets need Mark Jackson. New York needs Mark Jackson. You know what I mean?
I think he'd be a really good coach for him. He's
a player's coach. He has more knowledge, a true point guard. He getting the raw deal. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the basis for it, but he's been blackballed. But boss, I have to thank you again. You came on my original first show, nervous as hell, didn't know what the hell I was doing, but you came on, didn't even know me. I didn't know you, but we clicked back then, and I'm so happy for you to come on my show, even after all the things you have accomplished since then. So I appreciate you coming on my show, and guess what? I hope you come back more often so we can, give up the smoke. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on. You're a true friend. You're a trooper. And when I needed you, you were right there for me. I'll never forget that. You heard?
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be on your show, man. I always love being on your show, and we always click so much. Ever since the first show, we've been just really good friends, and we always have a good time together. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, too, as well.
Well, thank you so much. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. CONN Sports with the Con Man on Blackjack TV with my great host, Justin Paden. We'll be back next week. Justin will be on a regular basis, I hope. So thank y'all. Thank you, Bobby B. Thank you, everybody. Blackjack TV. Tune in next week. Thank you. God bless.